Wolfpack fans never going to get tired of reliving that one, that is for sure. And that was just one of the memorable moments from a great season last year. Quarterback Devin Leary, he threw for 35 touchdowns, breaking Phillip Rivers' single-season program record. And how about the defense? It was elite. They allowed less than 20 points per game, second in the ACC, only behind Clemson. And then NC State capped the regular season with a dramatic comeback win against North Carolina that led them to a bowl game that unfortunately was canceled due to COVID-19 concerns on the UCLA side of things. So, didn't get that bowl game in, but we did get a great season from the Wolfpack, and we are joined now by their head coach, fresh off the podium, and sitting here with us now, Dave Doeren. Good to see you, Coach. And listen, we may never get tired of reliving that Clemson game and the moments and just what a incredible scene that was afterwards, but I don't think we're ever going to get tired of the cigar and the Red Solo Cup video either, that we just have to rerun over and over, which I know isn't just good after a win, it's good on like a vacation too. Did we get any cigar and Red Solo Cup moments over the summer? Did we get any breaks?
Oh yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, I just got back from a nice trip in Montana, and then two of my sons and myself went up there and fished a little bit and listened to some good country music, and came back. We were at Lake Gaston, where we kind of hide out, which is definitely a Red Solo Cup place to be. But it was a good summer, good family time. Had a lot of good friends come visit us.
What's top of that country music playlist right now?
Zach Bryan, I think, has kind of been hot. My son's turned me on to him. He's awesome. Really enjoy listening to him.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Coach, I got it. Yeah. Tell me, I saw the Ozarks. I saw that show that you watch. Which character are you most like? All right.
I don't know.
Marty,
like any of them.
Wendy, Ruth. Give me somebody that you're just like, all right, that's my person.
I enjoy watching that show. I mean, I grew up in Kansas City and been to the Ozarks, and I don't know how many times. I have family that live there, so a little personal side. Been there, seen it. I enjoyed watching Ruth's character, though. I have to tell you, I'm not going to imitate Ruth, but most of the words she says are not appropriate for television. But, that's a great show.
How much more entertaining is it for you to come to this particular event when you know you got a really good football team?
Yeah, it's a lot more fun, and just in general, your day-to-day life, knowing that you got returning starters and a quarterback like we do. But being here, the questions you're asking are a lot easier to answer because I actually know the answers to them. A lot of times it's who's going to do this, who's going to do that, and I generally don't know until we get into training camp. So, a lot of our focus is on things that are on the other teams right now. It's a nice place to be.
And in terms of that, Coach, and I know we've talked about this before, in terms of hype, expectations, what are you looking for specifically with an experienced team that is expected to be a national factor?
We just want to get better. I think it's about every day going to the field with the right mindset. It's a team that didn't win the league last year, and we have a lot to prove still, and we want to win this conference. We want to be in Charlotte in December and win that game and see where that takes us. So the only way to do that is to be able to make the plays that count in the games and those big plays at the end, which we made in some and didn't make in a couple.
By the way, do you know the date of the ACC championship game?
I think it's my birthday.
It is your birthday. And I looked that up. I said, if we get Doeren on this set, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Yeah. You and I got this deal about eating pancakes when you win that championship.
I know.
You know what? You may have to do something in case it works out December 3rd.
Some fun
right here in my
pancakes.
back town. Right here in my town now. We may have to do something with them.
No, I'm all about it, man. Let's go.
All right. You got it.
Coach, we heard you say on the podium just a little while ago where you were asked about Peyton Wilson, said that he's 100%, which I know is just great news for you guys. But it's not just him. You have so many guys that have battled back from really tough injuries.
Yeah.
You look back a couple years ago with Devin. Obviously, you never want to see any of these guys go down. But what's it like to have guys in your locker room that have battled back, that you know how much the game means to them because they were so close to missing out on it?
Your heart goes out to these guys. And when you have an injury like that costs you part of your season or all of your season, it's a huge perspective opportunity. The guys usually come back not just physically well, but their mindsets are better, because they truly learned how much they love the game. I know Peyton will tell you he's in a great place mentally. And so him and others that we've had to go through it, what I want to see is all of them playing the season together. We've had to really endure some tough things and a lot of different weird type injuries, Peyton being one of them. So, to get where we want to go, we need the blessings, the Lord's blanket over our team right now. And I'm excited for these guys. They've worked really hard, and they've been through a lot.
I'm curious about the running game, Coach.
Yeah.
We know what Devin Leary can do. We know some of the receivers out there. Yeah. Tell me about this running game that you guys got.
Well, it's not going to be Devin Leary running, I can tell you that. No, we're excited. That's a room that is under the radar right now. Yeah. And for good reason. Ricky and Bam carried the load for us, and they're both gone. And but Jordan Houston's waited quietly for his opportunity, and we're excited for Jordan. Excited for, Delbert Mims. Excited for DeMarcus Jones. Excited, for that group of guys. And there's some guys you don't know about, that are going to emerge in that room. Demi Sumo being one of them. We have a lot of hope for. So Michael Allen, one of our signees last year that came in mid-year, had a really good spring. But it's a room that needs to prove itself, and I think there's a chip on their shoulder about that.
You got an interesting opener with East Carolina on the road. For folks that don't know, right? For folks outside the state of North Carolina, they hear NC State, East Carolina, whatever. When you grow up in this state, there is no love lost between those fan bases. That is a passionate fan base in the eastern part of the state of North Carolina. Obviously, Wolfpack Nation's fired up. With a team with your experience to go on the road, and they will have had they'll look at the date and they'll circle that bad boy right there, September 3rd. The Pack's coming to Dowdy-Ficklin. Isn't that like the perfect opener to be able to take an experienced team on the road, hostile crowd? They're going to be fired up. It's their Super Bowl. To me, it's a perfect litmus test for your team right out of the gate.
Well, yeah, that team has tremendous passion in their fan base. Their fans, they get after it, and we played there early in my career here when Ruffin was their coach, and they were really good. Lincoln was their offensive coordinator. They had a great team. And that was one of the hardest places to play that we played all year that year. So I've told the team that we're walking into a tough environment. I think it is good for our football team to play in an environment like that. We understand the importance of the rivalry, and I have a lot of respect for Mike Houston and what he can do as a coach. So it's a game we're going to have to prepare and play well in.
First road opener for you guys not at home, but on the road since 2008. But at home, you guys have had just so much success. Coach, how important is that to what you guys are building there? And what do you think's been the biggest key to that? Is it the pride of the guys? Is it something you're preaching? What does it boil down to?
There's a lot of factors. I think Carter Finley, as you know, is a great game day. Yeah. And it's taken a while for our students and our fans to understand that they're a part of us winning, and not that they don't come, but that they're energetic and the way that they apply themselves to the game, not just watch the game, but try to intimidate the team we're playing. And our student section is, unbelievable. Even our sideline, if you watch our players, the way they cheer on the team. And I think the student section and our sideline are the heartbeat to get everybody going. And so, to have the first undefeated team at home in 35 years was a big step. And we want to keep that going. And we're going to have to play well on the road. Like, that's how to win the league. We got to go play at Clemson, and they don't lose at home very much, if at all. So taking that show on the road is going to be a huge step for us.
10-game home win streak that you guys have going on right now. Pretty impressive stuff. And I can speak to what it's like on the sidelines, because when I'm there on the sidelines, you hear absolutely nothing when you take your headphones out. Your quarterback, Devin Leary, I know you're so excited to have him back for another year. And we've talked just about how good all of the quarterbacks in the Atlantic are and in the ACC in general. Is there one thing that you've seen from him this season, this offseason, that has kind of even impressed you even more? Because you already know what he can do. You already think that he's the best, not just in the conference, but one of the best in the country.
He's special. If you stood on our field and see the ball come out of his hands, you immediately are like, wow, that ball's different. But his accuracy, last year I felt like his decision-making took him to another place, not hurting the team, because he's helped the team, but not hurting the team with interceptions and turnovers. Now you're seeing him do things behind the scenes that he wasn't doing, the way he's teaching the offense to younger players, watching film with other guys, talking to them about leadership opportunities, the things he's doing as the quarterback that's the leader of the team that no one else gets to watch. That's the biggest difference right now. And when it comes to football, his focus isn't the offense, it's the defense. He's really learning about defensive football right now, and I think that's going to help him.
Before we let you go, we've been talking a lot about fashion indirectly and shoes, and I can't help but notice these phenomenal socks.
Yeah, we got the wolf. You know, we got the wolf
Yeah.
socks
Okay.
going right there. You think those are cool, right?
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pack likes things for the basement. He's got the new show. Maybe we can get him a pair of Wolfpack socks for the
Now,
future.
here's what I do have. This man right here signed it.
Yeah.
The pancake syrup.
That's
and
right.
now that Big Icky's right here in the Queen City
Yeah.
coming back home for the Panthers. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That pancake syrup will not be opened until NC State wins the ACC football
Let's
championship.
open that thing in
right?
December, buddy.
Hey, December on your birthday. By the way, are we going to go clean shaven for the opener, or are we going to keep
I don't know.
fly
I don't
fishing?
know. We'll see
What are
what
we doing?
happens. We'll see what happens.
To be determined.
Yeah, TBD.
Wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens this season as well. Coach, looking forward to seeing what you guys are able to do and build on last year and all the returners you have come back. We appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me. Go Pack.
All right, on the other side.